All right, I'm back with another video. I know it's a bit late. Usually I come out with a video a bit earlier. What can I recap? Oh, that video that I posted was it last evening, yesterday evening. I might just publicize it every now and then. It's on private. The reason is that there was some sensitive material in there, having to do with the organizations and things, and I may make it public for a little while so you can watch it again, but it's on private for now. I had it on for, I don't know, like maybe 8 or 9 hours straight. So I know you had a chance to see it. I know you've seen it. I might still make it public to make it relevant. Anyways, I have nothing new to say here. This is just recaps that I wanted to talk about. What was I gonna really talk? Oh, level. I haven't talked about levels in a while, so we'll recap levels and caliber. So in my life, so this is very important. So being at a basic level for 31 years, there's one thing that I learned. And that was that no matter how hard things are, no matter how, difficult they seem and how it feels like life is evading you or whatnot, even at level 1, no matter how difficult it is, that building up those things that you can control, you know what I mean? Like how hard you work, how disciplined you are, not dropping the ball, trying your best, putting in that top effort all the time. I mean, that's what I learned in my life. Because what happened was that, starting off as a kid, not having anybody to push you, you gotta understand there's top athletes out there in the world, and they had like their father or mother or uncle, somebody pushing them, training them, trying to make them into somebody, maybe in the sport or whatnot. And that gave them a huge advantage. I used to think guys like that were unbeatable. You know what I mean? And I'll get to that, but where was I going with this? Level and then having to, yeah, so so when I was about 12 or 13 years old, I was being criticized for not doing any kind of activity. So I said, with a lot of like, you just stay home all the time and play video games or watch movies. You got to start doing some kind of real life activity out there. You don't go out, you don't really have any friends, so you got to do something. So I started looking on the internet, and I came up with the idea. I thought that kickboxing was really cool. I saw this thing, it was called Muay Thai, and it was supposed to be Thai kickboxing. So I watched a couple of documentaries on the History Channel or the Discovery Channel, and it was on all kinds of martial arts and stuff, but one was on Muay Thai, and they were showing their actual events, from the kids fighting to the adults fighting, and I thought it was so cool, throwing like knees and elbows and all that shit. I thought it was really cool. So that's activity that I chose. So they took me to the gym twice, and then they said, you know what, we can't sustain this. Like, we can't take you to the place, and we can't pay for you. So there's 2 reasons. 1, there's nobody who has the time to drive you there. Number 2, there's no money to be put in for your membership. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do that. Later on, I come with a second idea, and the last idea. And the last idea was that, before that, the idea was I wanted to do my own paper route. So I would find people who wanted to advertise, get their flyers and their advertisements, and distribute them myself. That didn't work out at all. And I knew it wasn't going to work out. But it was just more for my own creativeness. I made my own website. I made my own all this stuff. And even though I didn't actually get even one customer or anything happening, I knew that I had actually worked towards something. Then I was like, okay, put me into cadets. So they take me for cadets, and the first thing I say is, dude, I want to join the rifle team. They tell me rifle team's already chosen. It's already been set. You can't join the rifle team. What can I join? They had like a geography class and a history class. So I'll do that. Oh, that's already full. So what do? Well, you can start with band. What is that? Well, we spend about 2 to 3 hours, 3 nights a week, doing marching drills for hours, and I watched them. I was like, that's so stupid, man. So I left that. After that, I didn't do any activities. Then I wanted to do weightlifting, but everybody said it stunts your growth, or that it's not good to do, it's not beneficial to do at a young age, like 15, 16 is okay to do it. So I had to wait till 15, 16, got a gym membership, got a job, could pay for it. And I tried to get people to come with me back to that gym. Nobody would come to me. I finally went back to that gym on my own. I did all this shit. It was really lame, really stupid. I did all their stuff. It was horribly lame and stupid. I somehow started getting into other stuff and then found out how stupid that is, left it. You know, then I'm just getting older on my own tip. You know, I'm 19 years old and I got my own apartment, my own job and all that stuff. I'm traveling, doing everything, and it is what it is. But that taught me to work hard. You know what I mean? If you have no reason to work, it's just, you know, it's just like, dude, I'm just going to work hard. You know, without having that amp, when you have support and people amping you up, without having any of that, because I didn't have it, so how would I proceed? So I would just work hard. Now you got guys like Mayweather, you know. Dude, he was born, he was in a diaper, and his dad put boxing gloves on his arms and took a picture of him, okay? His dad took him out into the snow and told him to throw punches with the gloves on, okay? He had all the support in the world. Everybody, oh, Mayweather's the best. All the local boxing, the national boxing in America, oh, Mayweather's the best. Mayweather's going to grow up to be this. Floyd Mayweather's so bright, blah, blah, blah. He never even used to talk shit, eh? It wasn't until he faced a certain guy that, you know, he won and he started having confidence all of a sudden. So that's when he started talking shit. Around when he was 16, he started talking shit. He was never a talker. He was a very quiet guy. But, you know, he eventually made it to this pinnacle, claiming that he was God-gifted, claiming that all the other guys were talented, but that he was way ahead of them. He was God-gifted. He was so smart. He was so talented in everything. Nobody could ever beat him. And he always had support. I mean, whenever you go to his press conferences, he's got like 50 people with him. You know what I mean? He's got 50 Cent with him. He's got Lil Wayne with him. He's got Justin Bieber with him. You know what I mean? He's got all these people, ladies, women, work around him. All these people are supporting it. Yeah, Floyd. You know, baby mother, kids. Yeah, Floyd. He's got this huge cheering corner. You know, and he thought that he would never be beaten. He thought that he was going to continue this lifestyle and that he would die sometime in his 50s, but he would do it up until his 50s. You know what I mean? That's what he really thought. He never thought that he could lose. Would he ever lose to somebody who had no support, no anything? You know what I mean? Could that person go through a hard enough life, that his life was so hard and so unfair and so difficult that he was able to fight off all these demons and beat Floyd Mayweather? You know, give him his defeat that he thought he never could get. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal. What else did I want? So I talked about all that, right? Like, so we were talking about levels, and I talked about kind of working hard, even though not high. Now you have a level, and it's so much higher, and you have all that other stuff down. It makes you so much stronger. You know, rather than be at a high level and be like, well, I'll just give up. Like, no, because I learned to be strong and to not give up in darkness and in dirt, inside of a volcano, in heat, in pressure, in lava. I did not fold. I turned myself into a diamond before I even leveled up. Then I learned to change, grow, and level up, and then I started leveling up. So why would I give up anything that I gain at a high level? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking, when I say giving up, it's like, if I was to give Mayweather's first defeat, would I let, you know, I'm holding, like, that's mine, man. You know what I mean? I worked hard for that. I'm not giving that. I gave Mayweather his first defeat. You can give up a second or third defeat, man. You know, that's a big thing about boxing. If you give somebody their first, like a guy like Mayweather, if you give him his, or there's other undefeated guys, Oscar De La Hoya, if you give him his first defeat, you know what I mean? He might even lose to 2 or 3 other guys in a year or two, and you're gonna always be remembered as the guy who gave that guy his first defeat. Mayweather claimed his hardest opponent, I forgot what his name was. The guy's really famous, man. He's an underdog. He has a lot of losses. Mayweather claimed he was his hardest fight. He was a really tough dog. Really hardworking, really tough, just gritty. You know what I mean? Gritty, like, looked like friggin' homeless, man. But he looked gritty and hungry as fuck. And he fought Mayweather. Mayweather claimed that was his hardest fight. Rather than claiming that Oscar De La Hoya was his hardest fight, he was claiming that guy was his hardest fight. So that lets you know that, he thought he had a little bit of respect for something, had a little bit of fun playing, always talking this shit. Oh, I'm gonna rake in the pay-per-view like a bank robber robs a bank. I heard him say that once, by the way. You know what I mean? And moving on, what else can we talk about? We talked about levels and stuff. I got nothing else. I mean, we talked about Child World and Genuine and Formal.